When she pop up with Drake,
Yo,
I'm
you
gonna be kind of
stupid.
angry, fam. It's
You
gonna be
stupid.
crazy because
Oh
then it
man,
just means
Joe done
that
put that in the universe.
I got white friends, they say hi to me. I got dog food, so they buy for me. I got white friends, they say hi to me. I got good kush, so they buy for me.
All right, then as far as topics go for this week, so amidst the Kanye West Kim Kardashian divorce rumors, Ray J says we could probably possibly be friends between him and Kanye now.
I heard that. I read that. I seen
wait,
that.
didn't Kanye tweet that she left him?
Well, they're in the process of a divorce supposedly.
Yeah, and I heard she's supposed to be moving to Miami. Who the fuck cares? All right.
Yep.
Yo, when she pop up with Drake,
Yo,
I'm
you
gonna be kind of
stupid.
angry, fam. It's
You
gonna be
stupid.
crazy because
Oh
then it just
man, Joe
means
done
that
put that in the universe.
Yo,
fam,
Kanye
because
about to fuck you up, Joe.
that really just means that Drake was a real nigga when he said, "Yo, I
J Lo,
crept down the block, I bust a right, I turned off the lights, and I fuck." Doug, like that's crazy
mm-hmm.
Yo,
that
you
somebody that he
stupid.
sung about that.
You
That would be
stupid.
nuts. That would just be too crazy.
Oh man, then we move on to Kyrie Irving saying that black people, black kings built the league. So he feels that it's only right that Kobe Bryant should be the logo of the NBA instead of Jerry West. So of
I'm
course
sick of
people
him getting sound bites, man.
so
thank you. Me too.
so of course people felt like Jordan should be first in line if anybody. So how do you guys feel about that statement there? And
Nah, fam, I want to know how
yeah,
you feel about that.
how I feel about that?
Yeah,
I mean, I feel like I understand what he's trying to do and what he's bigging up, but I don't think the world is ready for that as far as him emphasizing the magnifying glass on black culture. I don't feel like the world of the NBA is ready for that and the fans of the NBA are. So I understand where he's coming from, but I also feel like, you can't overlook Jordan. Mike was the greatest to ever touch a basketball. And,
Um,
to pass him up, that's tough. So I feel like there's some guys that are in line before Kobe, even though Kobe was a hell of a player, and he's in the conversation. But I feel like one, he didn't have to make it about race, and then two, there's still some people in line, even though Kobe definitely deserves to be in conversation that we can't overlook.
I think for one, my number one thing on the topic is he's right, but you're saying some shit that people already know. like,
yep.
like Bob Cousy, the league wasn't built on Bob Cousy and Jerry West's back. No, no, it wasn't. But I understand him wanting to tribute and memorialize Kobe Bryant. That's great. We should do it. Maybe we should just for now on make the All-Star Game trophy named after the Kobe Bryant, or maybe it's time to change the Larry O'Brien to the Kobe Bryant trophy. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, when it comes to the logo, I don't feel like we should look past other NBA legends. And I don't know if it's a generational thing. Maybe it's time to take another look at the logo. But we're gonna look over Wilt. We're gonna look over Bill Russell. We're gonna look over Magic Johnson. People that have numerous amounts of championships. You know what I mean? And have done Magic has done so much for the league, like business wise. Like and then we can really talk about Mike. You know what I mean? He owns a team, like 6 championships, like all the numbers. He's like one of what was my Michael Jordan stat I wanted to tell you? Oh, and the 32 punt in a 32-month span, Michael Jordan won 3 championships, 3 scoring titles, named MVP 2 times, and named Finals MVP 3 times, named All Defensive First Team 3 times, and missed 0 games. So yeah. So that was the type of shit Mike was on. He was like an anomaly of his time, and now we have another anomaly of this time physically, called LeBron James. So Kobe did it in a more skillful way. I think we have to find another way to tribute him. I don't know if the league is ready for um, the Kobe logo, but it's something to play with.
Yeah. I'll say that Kyrie is much like what you were saying, Roy. Like Kyrie Irving is right. Like I mean, obviously, it's the obvious thing,
Yeah.
right? But I would want to. I would go a little bit farther away from what he actually said, right? Like the black thing is obviously incendiary, right? But like, why does the logo exist? Was Jerry West clearly head and shoulders above everybody else when they made it him the logo? No,
No.
He was Mr.
exactly.
Clutch, but he wasn't. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, he wasn't head and shoulders above everybody
I
else,
think
and
that's the irony of it, though.
yeah, yeah, and that's kind of where I'm going. Like the logo is it stands for a player that is he stands for what the not just the era that he played in, but he stands for what basketball is for that time.
This is Roy coming to you from Prolific Culture. We want to say thank y'all for tuning in and checking us out. Please hit that like button, comment, and subscribe so we can keep bringing y'all these dope videos. One kind of love and good vibes only. Everybody, please be safe out there and take it easy. One.
So becoming the logo isn't about, to me, it's not about who, if you're the best player, it's not about if you have the best stats. It's about the type of impact that you made on the league for over a span of years. And so Jerry West was great for a very long time in the span of when he played, and his name just fucking carried on for forever, right? Like everybody knows Jerry West's name. Why? When you look at him, it's not something that's good to watch. It doesn't make you feel good when you watch him play basketball. It's the ugliest shit in the world. But you respect Jerry West's game because yo, he could shoot before niggas could actually know how to shoot, right?
yeah, Jay was
Um,
pulling that thing from way back.
yeah, exactly. And so when it comes to the Kobe Bryant and Michael, like who should get the logo, right? Like Kobe Bryant's name and his character and who he is, like how he manufactured himself to be a clone of Michael Jordan. Him doing that in its doing that in itself to me makes him greater than what he tried to be, because he took this guy and he made it his own and he transformed that shit. Now, was he better than Mike in any way? Probably not, like statistically or anything like that. But as far as fucking namesake, I mean, yeah, Kobe and Jordan, to me, they're probably equal, but I'd go with Kobe because that's just who I
That's just
grew
a
up watching.
generational thing. So
Yeah,
Yeah,
then now it's like, all right, so if you're gonna do it, you're gonna say, all right, so for the generation, we're gonna switch it for the generation. Then it
yeah,
makes sense. You
yeah,
know what I
right. Cause I
mean?
mean,
yeah.
to honestly to ignore Mike, man, cause like love Cole, man, love Cole to
Yeah.
death, but
But has
niggas
Mike
wanted
had
to
the
be
cult?
like Mike. Niggas
Has
still
Mike
to this
had,
day want to be like Mike.
yeah, but has he made the cultural impact that Kobe Bryant has though? Like,
For sure. Like, yo,
has
niggas
he?
wear niggas kill each other over shoes, man.
He
Yeah,
Ain't
has.
nobody killing
exactly,
nobody over no Kobe.
He has. Like
exactly.
he's done like yo, Jerry West didn't win. Like and Jerry West got to be the logo. Like
Right.
you feel me? Him and Wilt was getting clapped up.
Like you look at
Like
what Mike did, man. Mike said, "I'm done with basketball. I want to play baseball." He showed you could do
Jerry West, I
anything,
Yeah,
think
whatever you want to
he
do.
won.
I understand that, but I don't know. It's just deeper to me. Like I want my kid to be like Kobe. I don't want my kid to be like Jordan.
Well, what's wrong with Jordan?
He's a multi-time divorcee, a guy who gambled his entire life away, and a guy who really just didn't really care about anything. He invested in prisons and NBA teams until it became untenable for him to do so.
All right, so you saying
So
Mike was a
he
normal.
allowed his shoes to become something that we kill each other over in the streets.
So you saying Mike was a person who had some stuff happen to him in life, pretty much. That's pretty
No,
much
I'm
what you're
I'm
saying.
saying that Mike was a person who was extremely successful, and he's only turned to even address us because he was forced to. Kobe Bryant, it was never like that. Kobe was always, I never felt like he was as toxic as Michael Jordan is, for lack of a fucking better term.
Well, Mike, I don't understand that because if you look at even just like the people around Mike, all they ever say is Mike is a diligent hard worker. Mike puts, the game first. And Mike is a focused, determined individual and expects nothing but greatness from those who he's around. Like to feel like somebody like that is toxic is like how KD described LeBron, where it's a toxic environment because there's always the media around him because he's the best player in the world. Like if you always have the camera on you 24/7, like not only are they going to see your greatness, but they're going to see mistakes as well. It's just bound to happen, and they're going to see it more than they see anybody else's mistakes. Like Kobe had hella mistakes, but we just admire Kobe about how he approach day-to-day things. Like we love Kobe, but Kobe made some mistakes that Mike made too, as far as just being human. Like that's
All right,
natural.
fam. I need you to take all that back right now. Just delete that whole segment, my nigga. Kobe is perfect.
No,
Nah,
nobody's perfect.
if you comparing logos and you holding Kobe to Jerry West, yeah, Kobe should be the logo.
Yeah, I mean, if we talking about
Because I
that, yeah,
just looked at a quick synopsis of Jerry West's career. That shit is like Kobe smacking that shit out the water.
yeah,
Yo, if you really want to have a conversation about cultural impact though and fucking logos, it should really be Iverson if we're really talking about it.
nah.
Iverson, I don't see it. Like I
Iverson's like
see it
Vic,
for
man. Like we know we're not gonna make Michael Vick the NFL logo.
Okay, first off, saying Iverson is like Vic is crazy because it's not even close, bro.
No,
nah. I think that wave is kind of
you look at both in
similar,
their prime. Both were magical and took their teams to the highest pinnacle of sports,
and
the
they were
championships.
unstoppable while doing it.
Yep,
You gotta add
and they
that.
did it their own way.
All right, so are we going to forget now that everybody was saying when Iverson was in his prime that he was the pound for pound greatest basketball player to ever play?
What they were saying about Michael Vick.
Mike Vick was one of the
They,
best
they
quarterbacks to
they
ever
were
do it. Yeah,
saying when he was good, he might be one of the best quarterbacks ever.
right.
They said that
In his
about Mike
prime,
Vick.
he was considered the way his trajectory was going before jail and the whole dogfighting situation.
Yeah,
He was
yeah.
projected to be one of the
So
greatest.
it's not that
Before
comparison is
before
spot
jail.
on.
Yeah, that's it. He changed the game. Vic had cornrows and made it cool to be a running quarterback.
And had
Iverson,
entourages
whole
that
fact,
got him in this shit.
put his homies on. Iverson, baggy clothes, diamonds, tattoos. This is me. Headband, wrist, armband. This is me. I'm changing the game.
Iverson. Shout out to Iverson.
Shouts out
Yeah,
to Iverson and Vic, man.
100%.
I want to
Shouts out to
shout out.
Virginia. Shouts out VA. That's
Word
that
up.
right there.
Mm-hmm.
I got white friends, they say hi to me. I got dog food,